Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we will speak, or we will consider French pronunciation. And my name is Yuri Bessarab, and I would like to start with showing this book, Valery Kurinsky, because if you don't find answers to the questions that you might have about this topic, you can definitely find a lot of things in this book, which is available in English somewhere in internet. I'm sure that you can find it. So from our previous program about Ukrainian pronunciation, you could easily come to the conclusion that every sound, every consonant has influence on vowels. In fact, it is change in vowels. And if we start calculating, so about, let's say, about 20 consonants in Ukrainian, or in average in any language, so we will come to the conclusion that there are about 100, because we have 6 vowels. So in fact, that we will come to the conclusion that there will be about 120 vowels. So this is cauchemar, as they say in French. This is a nightmare. With this, it's impossible to learn any language. Just I cannot imagine even how one can do it. But we have a solution with you. We will use a philosophical method of reduction. We need to know that there are about 6 vowels in every language. That is E, 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 A, O, U. And all the rest, there will be just modifications. In fact, in many languages they are not even mentioned, but some scientists, or let's say some scholars, linguists, who love French and who have very good ear for sounds, they identified additional sounds to these that I named for you. And that makes learning French is almost impossible. I will show you to you why. Because, so we'll start with vowels today. We start with vowels because, for example, these are 2 letters, and they decided to the sound which they hear to use this symbol for the sound, and then this one, this symbol. But in fact, this is the same sound. This is in French. You remember that we have focusing in French here. So we use a little bit, we move a little bit our lips forward, and as if say but directing it here, and we will have and that's it. We pull out a little bit our lips, So this is this, and this, and this is the same sound, But so don't get into this trap. You have to remember about this. The same with R. They split R into 2 or 3 different modifications. We need to know that R is always R, except when it comes together with ILL, it will be R anyways, but this combination will be Y, which is we will discuss later. And also when R comes together with I, you don't see it, so I need to make a distance just for you to see this. Yes, to see this this combination of two letters, R and E. So in French we say that's it. Also, we need to remember that E and M in closed syllable will be It will be nasal n. The same with N. It will we will read it as When you see with this little line, which just looks to the right, it will be always and nothing else. And like in pit, if you want to draw a comparison. And here, and R and or Z, we will have the same. It will be We read it as especially if it's indefinite indefinite verbs or plural third person it will be always e. Then with the line which looks to the left will be always a. The same with a with the little hat. You see, it will be always a, nothing else. So oo, or yeah, oo in a closed syllable is this is an indefinite article in French. We read it as un. It will be nasal not as they sometimes they put in the books that we read it as this sound and an nasal. If we make this sound nasal, but this is not true. It will be oo in open syllable we read it as u. So we pull a little bit our lips forward and send oo over here, and it will be u. Next, so this is yes, u. Here it's un. When oo goes together with o, we read it as oo. This is a definite article in French. We read it as le. So this is le. This is in definite article. We read it as les, not anything else, but les, et. And this is de. This is indefinite article in French. It will be also de. That's it with vowels. So now you can now you can start learning French on your own, and we will come close to something which becomes, I hope, easier for you, or will become easier every time you look at this chart. I will put my sock to represent a tongue. So these are not letters, and these are sounds for French. And we have to remember two things: that focusing goes, again, I repeat it, focusing goes over here. We send like all the vectors of all the movements of our speech apparatus, mostly of the tongue. But all of this system we send over here, and we use a decoy, mon cher ami. The tongue position is like this, so it's like a boat, little boat turned upside down. So it rests in this position. We say mon cher ami, and this is the way we tune ourselves and our organs of speech to French language, to French sounding, if you want, to French sounding system. Mon cher ami, mon cher ami. We start with label sounds. P, b. In this case, the tongue doesn't do anything, and we put lips together, and that's the initial position. Then we give air, and we have p. If we add voice, we will have b. Also, the same with m. We put lips together, but we send air not through the mouth, but through nasal cavity, and then we will have m. This is it. The initial position for F and V, this is dental labial sounds. The tongue position stays the same. The lip goes, the bottom lip goes under the upper teeth. This is the initial position. And then we give A, and we have F. We let loose the air, let it out. F. If we add voice, we will have V. Next, TD. And not like in English. By the way, this is very difficult position all the time for English-speaking people, because you have, from this position in English, you have to turn this boat or this tongue upside down. So, T. We don't say T, we say T, because this is the way we do it. We touch this place here, in this cavity, mouth cavity, or palate, or alveolar sometimes they say. We touch with this part of the tongue. So we go like there, yeah? And then we let the air go, T. And we add D, and let it go. We touch, T, t, and let the air go t, d, d. The same with n, 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 but the air for n, the air will go through a nasal cavity. So we touch in n, n, that will be French n. The only time in French when the tongue does something that is for L. So it opens a little and touches this place. So we open like this, we say l, 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 and also, but not with this, not with the exact tip of the tongue, but like the upper side of the tip of the tongue. We touch it and l, l, l. It pulls like also pulls up to this focusing location. L, l, and the air goes on the sides of the tongue. So we touch it, give the air, and then we will have l, l, l. Then these dental sounds, S and Z in French. So we don't do almost anything with the tongue, but just put it close to the teeth. Don't touch, but put it close. So, and then we give air, and we'll have S, and if we add voice, it will be Z, S, Z. We don't touch teeth, we just put our tongue closer to them. And this position of the tongue goes, the back of the tongue goes, the upper top back of the tongue goes to teeth. This is also an interesting sound for French and very typical for French. And we make it with the position, relaxed position of the tongue, and we make it not with the tongue, but with uvula. So, and we send air exactly to uvula, and it starts trembling. So we say r, 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 r. The tongue doesn't do anything. Just this little part of uvula is trembling. That's why we have this sound r, r, r. Next, ch, j. We make them also here. The tongue is in this position, comes closer, touches the palate here approximately, and we will have we give air, and then we have ch, j, ch, j. If we just put the tongue close but don't touch the palate here, we will have, and give the air, we will have sh, sh, sh. We don't touch, but just to come bring it close. Sh, sh. If we add voice, we will have j, j, j. There are some sounds in French which are made by the middle of the tongue and also in the middle of the mouth. That is y. For that, we need to bring the tongue close to this upper palate, and then give the air, and we will have y, y, y. We don't touch anything, y, but it comes very close. And the same with also n, but we touch. In this case, we touch. We have very soft n, palatal middle tongue n. So we need to touch with the middle of the tongue. We need to touch the palate, and then we give air, but not through the mouth, but through the nasal cavity. And we will have n, n, n. Almost the whole tongue is there. N. It's very soft sound. N, n. Then several sounds which we make with the back of the tongue, and that is k. We touch this place here with the back of the tongue. We touch it and give air, and we will have k. Then if we add voice, we will have g, g. So we touch just this place with the back of our tongue. The same we will have also in French, nasal n, which we touch this place, but air goes over here. So the difference between this and that is it is produced here, and this one it is produced here. So it will be n, 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 and this will be n, 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 n. It's very close to English, n, but the focusing is here. So we send it over here. N, n, n. In French, there is also like a not inspirational, but there is also H sound, but we don't hear. In fact, it's like giving air out, and in fact it's very difficult to hear it even in the speech of French-speaking people. So it's like, but very, very light. It's impossible to notice it, and but usually, like in general, we need to pay attention to it, but we have to remember that this is not just the sound. It's like given air, and that's it. It seems like we're done with French pronunciation or movements in French language that will give you a chance now to learn this language and to come to French literature, which is very interesting. It's maybe we'll talk about that later. Have a nice day. If you like it, put it over there. You like it and share it. Bye bye.